Welcome back to Conscious and Curly, a place for the human experience. I am your host, Angelica. Welcome back to another episode. It's been a while. I have been busy. I have been exhausted. I've been all of the things. But yeah, thanks for coming back. Welcome back. And I guess we can get into our catch up. How are you guys? I hope everybody's been well. I have been well. I've been busy. I ended up going on my last episode. We've got so much to catch up on. On my last episode, I had talked about a singles event that I was going to for like Valentine's Day. That's how long it's been. St. Patrick's Day has happened. Easter's about to happen. Anyway, but I went to that event and unfortunately it was a bust. There was hardly anybody, but I really had no expectations. My only expectation was to get dressed up, look cute for myself, and have good food and good drink. And I did that. All of those boxes were checked, but any additional bonus things to look forward to boxes, not really. I actually did meet a guy from there, and I'm going on a date with him, and we'll see. That honestly feels like it's me just kind of trying to be open to anything and be more open than even what I want to be. But we'll see what happens. We'll see where this goes. I hope he's not watching. Either way, my game night that I ended up having was really fun. I put together a game night. Not a lot of people showed up. I know lives are busy, and honestly, I wasn't expecting a lot. I didn't put a lot into it, but it was really fun. The people who did show up, we had a lot of fun. I love games. I really need to do that again. I'm glad we're talking about it because I kind of forgot that I did that. So I need to do another game night. Maybe make it like a monthly or like quarterly thing. That's a thought. Thanks, guys. Podcast. My son, my oldest, had a little trampoline party that was super fun that I put together. He had a lot of fun at that as well. I ended up going to the rodeo was in town here in San Antonio, and one of my really good friends invited me out, and we saw Nelly in concert. Yo, that was something my inner child needed that I did not realize she needed. In the middle of the concert, I was like looking at her and I was like, am I really about to lose my voice at this Nelly concert? He has so many hits I forgot about. I didn't even think about Air Force, the Andale. I don't know if I'm going to get like in trouble for like copyright infringement, but look up Nelly's list of like hits, maybe put on some Nelly radio. It was great, and he sounded great. It was a great time. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I did recently go on another date, actually, this past weekend. A guy who had shown interest just like via my social media, and this is what I've realized and how I feel about dating and men approaching, chasing, whatever. I am aware and I know that men are very physical beings. They like to see things. Like if they don't see it, they don't think about it, whatever. So I'm aware that how active I am on social media, it makes men want to engage with me because they're seeing me. And honestly, there's a lot of guys who fall in this like category, and I don't take them seriously because I know they're just hitting me up because I came across their timeline or because I looked good to them and they happened to see me today. Like it's just, I don't take it seriously. I know what it is. And a lot of it is very physical. I just don't take anybody who's approaching me in any type of physical manner seriously. just being real. Anyway, this guy kind of fell in that category for me, and I didn't take him seriously. And he asked me out on a date. I let him know when I was available, still not taking it seriously. He ended up that day, let me know what day, what time. He made reservations. It was really nice. Came, picked me up, took me out. It was very nice. Truly courted me. And that felt really good. It was really nice. Haven't seen him again. Maybe we will in the future. Nothing has been set or made. And yeah, that's kind of how it goes. But we'll see. Either way, it was really nice to see somebody take initiative, make effort, show their interest, and really follow through. And because he fell in this category, and because he really only hit me up when he saw me on social media, I didn't take him seriously, and he wasn't really engaging with me in a true matter. So I really had no idea what to expect when going out to him. We hadn't had any previous conversations. Nothing really. So it was kind of like a blind date, but not, I'd seen him. I knew what he looked like, but blind to personality, which is more important to me. And it was cool. That was a nice, pleasant surprise and some type of highlight in my week. And I think that's everything. I'm trying to think of anything. Yeah, I sound real active in my dating. I swear it's just happened in this last month. And this last time that I haven't been recording my podcast, just things have come up. But again, it's things I don't really take seriously. Speaking of that, I had posted a question on my story in regards to somebody was having a conversation with me, and it was a guy, and basically let me know that most men I was kind of venting about how my frustrations with people just wanting to fuck me and not really trying to learn me. And he explained that as a single mom, that's an issue. And that's what's to be expected when you're a single mom. Just know that men are wanting to fuck you and they're not taking you seriously. So I screenshotted his little comment, posted it on my story, and kind of opened it up for conversation with the fellas of is this really how you think? Is this a mindset that you're at least aware of? And resounding yes. Every single response was, I used to think like that, but I don't think like that anymore. Honestly, I know a few guys who think like that. When I was immature, I used to think that way, but not so much anymore. I did think that way, but not in a promiscuous way. Yeah, I know a lot of guys who think that way. Yeah, I think that way. Just a resounding across the board. Yep. Different flavors of yes, but at the end of the day, that's a perspective and a mindset that I really wasn't aware of. I guess also because that's so far removed from where I really am and what aligns with me, I just was not even thinking of that as an aspect. And it really opened my eyes to know that this is a fucking aspect. And it made me realize, it just gave me, I guess, an expectation. We can say tainted, but I don't want to say that. It gave me an expectation of how people are viewing me, or an idea that people have of me. And yeah, I think it very much plays into, so I say all that to say yeah, people are showing interest, and I had a few dates, but I'm not taking it seriously because I really just think that everybody's trying to fuck me at the end of the day. Not only do I think that, it's just shown to me in actions. It's shown to me in that little, I don't know, poll question I asked. I'm just honestly amazed. And a few of my single mom friends were even in the comments amazed as well. They didn't know that, but then also kind of had experience that kind of made them feel like that could be true. I'm just shocked and a little disappointed. Fun fact. Little side note, just because my mind is going there, and I'm going to just be honest, this is my journal, right? So I'm in therapy right now. And one thing that I've really noticed, the biggest takeaway for me right now in therapy is me being so aware of when I disassociate. Me, first of all, being aware that I disassociate. I didn't realize the feeling I was having, the overwhelming outer body experience I was having was a disassociation. But I realize now that I disassociate kind of a lot. It's a defense mechanism I've developed. But I've also now realized, just like not even intentionally, it's not even like she told me like, yo, you do this at this time, pay attention to this. Nothing. I just naturally, I guess because I'm on this healing journey, am reflecting and recognizing myself. But I realize that I disassociate when those things happen. When I get like, I want to say when expectation doesn't meet reality in like an overwhelming way, like this, like me just experiencing and being shown a perspective, an idea, world, ideology I had no idea about. And if that in that moment like disappoints me or makes me feel kind of, disappointed, I disassociate, and I realize that. And I'm not sure what to do with it. I've learned how to like help myself get out of that feeling because I don't like disassociate. I don't like how it makes me feel. So I've learned like how to meditate. Just recognizing it helps me like immediately get to like fixing it. With meditation, with grounding, with just writing, getting into myself. Anyway, so I had a little moment and experience with that, with learning that perspective. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear if you as a single mom knew about this, feel this in your experience, or had no idea and I'm enlightening you. I'm not trying to like jade the world and make everybody think negatively or feel a certain way about this, but I don't know. It's just something I was made aware of. And so I'm just, I don't know, peeping y'all on game. You want to say that? Anyway, I guess that's it for catch up. We can get into our food for thought. Okay. Our food for thought is, did you know an average person's skin weighs about 6 pounds? According to WebMD.com, throughout your life, your skin will change constantly. In fact, your skin will regenerate itself approximately every 27 days. You have like a new, fresher skin. And I said you're rethinking starting that skincare routine, huh? Anyway, I just thought that was a fun fact. If you guys have any fun facts or interesting tidbits of information about human psyche, about our bodies, about anything in this experience of life, I would love some of that. I would love suggestions. You guys can DM me on Instagram at conscious_curly or email me, askconsciousandcurly@gmail.com. I am running out of like my little, my library of fun facts and trivia or information is getting scarce. So I would love some help with that. I will shout you out on the episode. Yeah, I'd appreciate it. So now we're going to get into this topic. And this topic is really a reminder to you guys. And I really just wanted to, all right, let's just get into everything. So about me, I want to only like move, operate, have relationships in organic spaces. Authentic spaces. So with that, like I really only want to operate choose to operate in those spaces. So I only want to talk about things that are organic to me. I only want to just be in that space. So I say all that to say, being in that space, lately I have been, like I said at the beginning of the episode, exhausted. And I was talking to my friend, Jessica. She'll be on a later episode, I promise. She was telling me, I was just explaining to her, we're both single moms, we work hella hard, and we were catching up like once a month when we're finally able to catch up. And I was just explaining to her how exhausted I've been. And she said, yes. She said, that's totally fine. She said, girl, I've been tired too. Just accept that. Accept your exhaustion. And I realized how important it is and how much I wasn't doing that. Just accepting my exhaustion. Even like with this podcast, working full time, being a mom, trying to like do more things, make more money on the side, because this podcast isn't making me money yet. I like am always feeling guilty and always feeling like, but you could do more. But really you should do when I'm simply exhausted and just don't have the energy to record or don't have the energy to do what I want to be doing or what I think I should be doing. And that guilt on top of already being exhausted is so much. And I've been doing it for so long. And her simply giving me those words, 3 simple words, and like letting me know that that's even something to do, like blew my mind and awakened me and helped me realize that that's exactly where I am. That's why y'all haven't gotten a podcast in like a month. That's why I've been really trying to record this episode twice now. This is the 3rd time, and I'm really proud. But every time I tried, shit was happening. And instead of like being frustrated and feeling like, oh no, I just did the best I could and accepted what was and rested in that time that I couldn't record and loved it. And I just want to give that reminder to all of you guys. We're in a world and we're in a society that rewards struggle. It rewards you being on the, like hanging on by a limb, and it rewards you giving your all and being completely exhausted. And I think you should rest. And I just want to let you know that it's okay to rest and it's okay to simply accept that you're exhausted. I myself have noticed, I heard on a podcast, somebody was talking about, and I really related, how they were like addicted to working and addicted to being productive. And I realized that that's exactly how I feel. If I'm not productive, that bothers me. And I'm not truly balanced in that way. I'm not resting as much as I'm working, and I'm putting more emphasis and resting really only to work more. And I'm just realizing to like kind of change my mind with that and to embrace and just accept my exhaustion. So with that, I just kind of wanted to open you guys and let you guys know some different ways or tips to help you accept your exhaustion. So one is to recognize that your battery is low, like recognize that you don't have as much energy. It's been 3 days now that you don't have this energy. It's not like just a one-off day. And another way is to lower your expectations. That's one thing I've done specifically with this podcast. The last 2 times that I haven't been able to record because of different situations in the world affecting that, I have, no, it's not. Let's not call it situations. It's my laptop. I need a new laptop and I'm working towards it. But until then, I make do. In those 2 times that I wasn't able to record because of my laptop, I instead went live on my Instagram. Shout out to you who joined me, and was able to engage with my audience and instead changed my expectations. Instead of recording my podcast, I was like, at least let me engage and do something for my podcast tonight. And that's a way to help help you accept your exhaustion. Another thing is to experience the tiredness, like sit in it, just feel it. I've really been doing that with all emotions, but we can start with this exhaustion or tiredness. Recognize all the areas that you're feeling tired and just sit in it and recognize that and know that that's where you are and accept that. Another way is to give yourself compassion instead of, like I would do, telling myself what I should be doing or shit talking myself or making myself feel guilty. You can instead give yourself grace and be like, yeah, remember you barely slept. The same thing I would say to any of my friends if they were tired. I wouldn't be like, well, you should be. Instead, I would say, well, yeah, you're a single mom and you've been up since 5:30 this morning, or you worked all day and you didn't really eat lunch like you thought you were going to, or whatever the case may be. And just recognizing that and giving yourself compassion instead of, I don't know, being ugly to yourself or, I don't know, guilting yourself. Just show yourself compassion. And another way is to aim for small victories. Again, like kind of like lowering your expectations. Just change whatever your little goal is, or instead just recognize, like, tonight I'm only going to be able to do this. Let me at least get this done and do that only and rest after that. I hope you guys do some of these like tips, tricks. Let me know if they help. Comment or email me and let me know any other tips or tricks or anything you find or feel in like exhaustion or accepting your exhaustion. This is a brand new concept to you like me. And you're like, damn, I didn't even think of that as an option. Let me know if you're like, yeah, girl, I've been doing that. I'm resting all the time. Let me know. Either way, I just wanted to share that with you guys and bring us all on this journey. That's where I've been, simply exhausted, and I've been resting in that and giving myself energy. Like, I've been working out. I guess that's a little catch up. Since Lent started, for Lent, I decided to work out every day during Lent. I'm also going to Mexico next month, so I'm trying to get my body right for that. But working out is supposed to give me energy, but I'm doing it at like 4:00 in the morning and then working all day and then dealing with my boy. It's just a lot, and it's not giving me the energy that I thought it would. So I'm tired, and I'm accepting that, and I'm appreciative of that. And I just know that I'm still showing up for working out every morning, and eventually that's going to give me this energy. And if not, I'm going to do it and show up in the moments that I can, like today, and record when I can. And I appreciate you guys being here and doing that with me. And like I said, let me know any of your thoughts on accepting your exhaustion. Now we can get into our anonymously kinky. And we actually had quite a few questions. I posted it on my story and got a lot of interaction. And I might do that from now on, because when I posted on that little anonymous link that I was using, I feel like it was just a lot of bots or a lot of strangers or people just really trying to get to know me. And I didn't want it about that. I really wanted like general questions that can help the public. You guys can ask me questions about me if you want in the email that I will give you for our final segment, but let's save the anonymously kinky to like general questions. Anyway, so the first question is it possible to have sex or a threesome with a friend without it changing your friendship? Honestly, no. It's going to change your friendship in some way. It's different once you open yourself up in that way to somebody. But I do think it's possible to have sex and remain friends with the right, like emotionally intelligent or sexually mature people. But regardless, the relationship will be different. They now know things about you and have experienced you in ways that only like a select few have. But I don't think it ruins it. But just know it will be different. Number 2, what are some baby steps to opening up a relationship? For me, communication always. I say talking about like what your desires and like wants are is a start. Just expressing that this is something you're interested in. Even if they shut it down and are like, well, I'm the wrong one, don't ask me. Still like let them know how important that is to you, and that you'd at least like them to just like maybe consider it, or you'd at least like to have a conversation about why it's so important. From there, I would recommend finding like groups or like-minded individuals that your partner can maybe ask questions or do their own kind of research on. There's a lot of groups. If you look on Facebook, of people in the lifestyle or just open type of communities. There's poly pages, there's like swinger pages, there's throuple page, like literally you can find anything on Facebook if you look for it. And I recommend joining that and just like starting having conversations in that space and just seeing where it goes. And stay open to your partner evolving. Even if they shut it down at the beginning, stay open to them learning more, researching and finding out more on their own to maybe be more open or to evolve that mindset later, I say. Number 3. I'm going to do 3 questions because I actually had a lot, so I'm going to have a few on the next episode. What are some safe places you have found online and in person to be loud in your sexuality? I love this question. Again, I recommend like the Facebook groups. I recommend Facebook for people who are starting out because Facebook is censored and has to be censored. Anything else? The other thing I'm going to mention is for like more advanced people who are just like ready and like, yep, been there, seen that. I know what I'm ready for. I think if you're just like curious and trying to see people have conversations or trying to see even what this world looks like, I recommend Facebook. I recommend finding groups in your area. I recommend you can even like dwindle it down to age and like, race or types of communities if you'd like. I also recommend for more advanced people, and if people don't know about it, there's this website called fetlife.com, F-E-T, like fetish, life.com. I recommend that page. It is, like I said, uncensored. They have like meetups for people in the area. They have a lot of different groups within and a lot of different ways to categorize yourself, different categories you can just like search for people in, whatever. But yeah, I highly recommend that. I was on FetLife and I'm not on anymore. I might get back on, but I was on and actually made a friend on there she's a female rigger. I was looking for like a rigger, somebody to do I cannot think of what the type of style is right now, Japanese style, like bondage, rope tying. And she did, I was looking for a female and yeah, she actually did tie me up once. But yeah, we met, had coffee, hung out a few times and became friends, just like platonic friends from that site. So you can make just regular friends and people who are just like I said, like-minded individuals, have these conversations, learn more about yourself, learn more about the world, different perspectives. Yeah. Let me know how any of those work for you. If you guys try any of my suggestions, I would love to hear feedback, or even if it didn't work and you're like, bitch, that was awful advice, please let me know. And I will let the people know I was wrong. Accountability is the name of the game, y'all. Now into our final segment, questions. I did not have questions this week, but like I said, if you guys have any questions about me personally that you want to know more about, feel free to ask them there. If you have any questions regarding life, love, all the in between, you can email me at No, I'm sorry. Email me, askconsciousandcurly, all spelled out, at gmail.com. And that concludes another episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at conscious_curly. Until next time, you guys be safe out there. Bye.